YouTube, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy, the Flight Mike, back again with yet another video. And honestly, I think this video is hella ironic because I literally left UCLA as I was studying in UCLA for my physiology final tomorrow. And then I get on the internet to see Dwight Howard was training at UCLA, which is pretty cool, just, you know, kind of funny and ironic to me. So anyways, guys, before this video starts, I wanted to let you guys know I am live streaming on Twitch tomorrow. We're going to be streaming some NBA 2K20 as soon as my final is over. I'm going to be coming home around 12:30 a.m. and I'm going to fire up a stream. I'm going to be giving away a ton of NBA 2K20 copies throughout the stream. I'm going to leave a link to my Twitch in the description down below next to the NBA 2K20 giveaway that we are also conducting on Instagram, which should be done tomorrow. Now, guys, you all know my love-hate relationship with Dwight Howard, man, and it's really tough because he is a Laker now, and I am a Laker fan, so I do want to support him, but at the same time, I am very bitter about the history between Dwight Howard and the Los Angeles Lakers. I really feel like he did contribute to the demise of Kobe Bryant. Remember, Kobe Bryant would play, I know this is flawed logic, okay? A lot of you guys could say this is flawed logic, but Kobe Bryant literally played 48 minutes per game in order to make his team with Dwight Howard work. He wanted that team to go to the playoffs so badly that when he was around 32, he was playing 48 minutes per game. Now, for that reason, because of the fact that Dwight would just leave a year later, I would always grow to resent Dwight Howard, and I'm sure a lot of Laker fans that are watching this video can understand my resentment towards Dwight Howard. So I am trying my best to grow as a human being and to support him personally, but at the same time, I'm having some tough times. But he is a Laker now, so I am going to support him. And what's really interesting is, thanks to like new technology and new information, you're seeing a lot of players as they age decide to get leaner. Both LeBron James and Dwight Howard had very muscular bodies in the primes of their careers. Go look at Miami Heat LeBron James, or 2010 LeBron James, and then look at LeBron when he came back to the Cleveland Cavaliers in 2014. He got significantly skinnier, and a lot of people thought that his game was going to fall off as a result of that, and a lot of people were even questioning why LeBron would do such a thing, and the answer was simple. He wanted to prolong his career as much as he could. Now, if you look at Dwight Howard over here, the Lakers did release some shots on Instagram a couple of minutes ago. And Dwight Howard looks insanely skinny. Like, I know you guys are saying, okay, Mike, you're kind of exaggerating, bro. Look at him when he was on the Orlando Magic, and look at him when he was on the Los Angeles Lakers the first time. And look at him now, bro. He is so freaking skinny. And I could understand why. We all know he's had back problems throughout the past. I don't know, I'm not a doctor, and I know I am studying physiology, but I don't know if his muscular composition contributed to his back problems. I really highly doubt that. But at the same time, I could understand that he's leaning out to prolong his career as much as he could. Now, during his first stint with the Los Angeles Lakers, one of the biggest holes in Dwight Howard's game was his ability to hit free throws and to knock down jumpers. And back then, it was okay that he couldn't knock down jumpers because in that time, centers weren't really expected to stretch the floor. That was actually seen as a very passive way of playing basketball. If you were a center, you were expected to be able to bang inside the paint. And then eventually, as the league evolved more and more, the league trended towards a more pace and space approach, which means the ideal center should be able to bang in the paint or catch a lob or an alley-oop should he want to, but at the same time, he should be able to step out and at the very least hit a mid-range jumper. Although mid-range jumpers are seen by some teams as very low percentage shots, Houston, it's still important that you do not clog the paint at all times. This is why we've seen teams like the Detroit Pistons struggle, because they have Andre Drummond that can't really shoot and Blake Griffin that could kind of shoot and create his own jumper. I made a video on that as well. It's my previous video on Blake Griffin's jump shot and how it's evolved. We've seen Blake Griffin try his best to evolve a jump shot in order not to clog the paint for that reason. But we know now what is expected from a modern NBA center, which brings the next thing that I want to point out. I don't really know what to expect from Dwight Howard offensively. If you look at his stats throughout his career, during his early portion of his career, he was pretty decent on offense, but Dwight Howard has always made his living on defense. He has always been the defensive stopper, and on offense, he was kind of a vacuum. He was kind of operating at a negative when it came to plus minus, but it was worth it because his defensive presence was so great that you were willing to roll with the punches in that situation. The one problem with him in his prime is the fact that his most efficient form of basketball was not the brand of basketball that Dwight Howard was willing to play. Meaning the best way Dwight Howard could have made his living was through the pick and roll, which for some reason he really didn't like to run, which makes no sense because whenever he would catch the ball, even during his prime, whenever he would catch the ball in the post, he would do very predictable things, like he would run perpendicular to the basket and throw up a hook shot, which didn't really make sense because it wasn't really the most high percentage shot. He would do these little mini drives into the basket and try to muscle his defender in, and on occasion those takes would work, but they weren't high success shots. They weren't like LeBron James driving in, or they weren't like Kevin Durant taking his opponents off the dribble. There weren't really successful go-to moves. But in the past, his defense was worth it. But the problem that's been plaguing Dwight Howard throughout his entire career is he wanted to play basketball his way. He wanted it to be all about Dwight. When he was on the Houston Rockets, he wanted to operate in the post, and that's the reason he eventually departed from the Rockets, going to the Atlanta Hawks. Once again, he expected it to be his own team, wanted them to play like the Orlando Magic of 2009, which for some reason he left, but despite having a fantastic offensive scheme around him, and that didn't work out either. Eventually, as time progressed forward, Dwight Howard started to realize that the NBA has changed, and this is what has contributed to what he has called the death of his ego. And a lot of us know about this. He had this interview about over a month ago, which, in my opinion, I think this interview was the start of what would eventually get him signed. In this interview, he came out and he said, "Look, I no longer have an ego. I know Laker fans don't like me. I appreciate Kobe Bryant for calling me soft. Part of it is pandering to the media and kind of kissing up to them. The other part of it is showing humility." And in fact, it was so successful that not only did he get signed, but we saw Carmelo Anthony do the exact same thing on First Take with Stephen A. Smith. So what I'm trying to say here is, I don't know what to expect from Dwight Howard this year with this insanely lean body. I'm hoping that he comes and fills a similar role that Tyson Chandler did last year for the Los Angeles Lakers. Maybe able to catch some alley-oops. He is fast enough to run on both sides of the floor. He's able to keep up with the pace of the NBA, and he is a defensive force that could contribute for 20 minutes per game. Bear in mind, again, 1, his ego is dead. 2, he's on a non-guaranteed contract. The Lakers could cut him loose at any point with no regard for human life. And 3, for some reason, he is working on his jump shot. I guess he wants to occasionally hit that. I don't know. I don't think it's a high success shot. I don't think he's ever going to be a great shooter. I think it's too late in his career to even be a decent shooter, but I guess he just wants like 2 out of 5 of those shots to fall, and he'll be content. You know, kind of like Draymond Green 2 to 3 years ago. You know, he would take those 3-pointers and he'd be decent, but it wasn't a shot that exactly struck fear into the hearts of many fans, and over time he got way better. But Draymond Green also worked on his jumper at a significantly younger point than Dwight Howard. So let me know in the comment section down below, guys. What do you think Dwight Howard's role is going to be on the Lakers this season? What do you think he's going to provide for the Lakers this season? Do you agree with this body transformation? Do you think it was a good move for him to lose all of this weight? Or do you think he made a huge mistake and it's going to bite him in the ass throughout the season? Do you think he's going to get muscled in the paint very easily? I would really like to hear what you have to say, and if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, drop a like, and comment Mango Fiesta if you made it to the end of this video, because you guys are amazing if you did. I'm your boy, The Flight Mike, and I'll catch you guys later.